Nestled along the equator in the western hemisphere of our world lies the Fire Nation, a sovereign state known for its formidable presence and influence. An absolute monarchy led by the Fire Lord, this nation stands as a testament to the power and resilience of its people. But the Fire Nation is more than its military might and industrial prowess. It is a land rich in culture and tradition, shaped by its unique geography of volcanic islands. This nation's heart beats in its capital, where the spirit of its ancestors is kept alive through firebending, craftsmanship, and a deep respect for the balance of power. In the era of Rava, before the division of the four nations as we know them, the predecessors of the Fire Nation were bestowed with the element of fire by the majestic lion turtles. This gift was not just a means of survival, it was the dawn of a civilization. As the lion turtles decided to step back from their roles as protectors, these early fire wielders ventured forth. They left the safety of their lion turtle cities, embarking on a journey that would lead them to the fertile and volcanic islands that would become the Fire Nation. In this new land, the ancestors of the Fire Nation laid the foundations of their society. They cultivated the land, mastered the art of firebending from the dragons, and built the first settlements. Their society was shaped by the volcanic landscape they called home, leading to innovations in agriculture, craftsmanship, and a culture deeply intertwined with the element of fire. The closing of the spirit portals by Avatar 1 marked a pivotal moment in human history. This act not only ended the era of direct interaction between humans and spirits, but also set the stage for the emergence of human conflicts, as societies began to wage war among themselves for dominance and resources. Amidst the chaos, the Sun Warriors' civilization flourished. Revering dragons as the original firebenders, they developed sophisticated firebending techniques and a culture that celebrated the spiritual essence of fire. Their practices and beliefs would leave an indelible mark on what would become the core of Fire Nation culture. The era of the warlords was a time of relentless strife and fragmentation across the Fire Islands. Yet, from this turmoil, a leader emerged with the vision and power to unite the warring factions. This figure, the first Fire Lord, succeeded in consolidating the islands into a single political entity, laying the groundwork for the mighty Fire Nation. Under his rule, the disparate tribes were forged into one nation, marking the end of chaos and the beginning of a new era of order and unity. In the nascent days of the Fire Nation, the Fire Sages held not only spiritual authority but also wielded significant political power. They were the guardians of tradition and the spiritual leaders who guided the Fire Lords. However, as the nation evolved, the monarchy began to assert more secular control, gradually diminishing the political influence of the Fire Sages and marking a pivotal shift towards a more centralized secular governance. As the Fire Nation's power grew, so did the ambitions of its noble families. The royal court became a battleground for influence, with noble clans maneuvering for favor and position. These internal power struggles were a constant source of intrigue and conflict, as clans sought to elevate their status and protect their interests in an ever-changing political landscape. Fueled by a burgeoning sense of nationalism and a belief in their cultural superiority, the Fire Nation embarked on a path of expansion. This era saw the beginning of the Fire Nation's Imperial Ambitions, as it sought to spread its influence and control beyond its borders. Through military conquest and colonization, the Fire Nation aimed to bring what it saw as enlightenment and order to the rest of the world, setting the stage for conflicts that would shape the future of the planet. The Fire Nation's journey into an industrial powerhouse was fueled by a combination of factors. Abundant natural resources, particularly coal and metals, provided the raw materials necessary for industrialization. Coupled with a culture that valued innovation and the strategic leadership of the Fire Lords, the nation was primed for an industrial revolution that would transform its economy and military. This era of rapid industrial growth saw the development of a formidable military, unmatched by any other nation. The Fire Nation harnessed its technological advancements to build powerful warships, advanced weaponry, and eventually, the world's first steam-powered tanks and airships. These innovations not only solidified the Fire Nation's military dominance, but also showcased its industrial capabilities on the global stage. The Industrial Revolution had profound impacts on Fire Nation society and the world at large. Urbanization accelerated as people moved to cities for work, leading to significant social changes and a burgeoning middle class. However, this rapid industrialization also brought about environmental degradation and exacerbated tensions with other nations, setting the stage for the conflicts that would follow. Despite these challenges, the Fire Nation's industrial era marked a period of unprecedented economic growth and technological progress, forever altering the course of history. The Hundred-Year War, a conflict that reshaped the world, was ignited by the Fire Nation's ambition to expand its empire and share its perceived prosperity. Under Fire Lord Sozin, the nation embarked on a path of aggressive imperialism, driven by a belief in its own superiority and a desire to unite the world under its banner. This ambition set the stage for a century of conflict that would bring untold suffering to millions. The war was marked by numerous key events and turning points. The initial surprise attacks on the other nations, the siege of Ba Sing Se, and the devastating comet-enhanced assault in the war's final year were among the most significant. Each event showcased the Fire Nation's military might and its relentless pursuit of victory, often at great cost to both its enemies and itself. Perhaps the most tragic act of the Hundred-Year War was the genocide of the Air Nomads. Seeking to prevent the emergence of the next avatar, the Fire Nation launched a surprise attack on the peaceful Air Nomads, nearly eradicating an entire culture and its people. This act, along with other war crimes committed during the conflict, left deep scars on the world's conscience and highlighted the devastating impact of the Fire Nation's imperial ambitions. The conclusion of the Hundred-Year War marked the dawn of a new era for the Fire Nation and the world. The war ended with the defeat of Phoenix King Ozai and the ascension of Fire Lord Zuko, who, alongside Avatar Aang, pledged to build a future of peace and harmony among the four nations. Under Fire Lord Zuko's leadership, the Fire Nation underwent a profound transformation. The government initiated sweeping reforms aimed at demilitarization and promoting civil liberties. Society itself began to heal, as citizens worked to repair the damage inflicted by a century of conflict and to eradicate the ethnocentrism that had fueled the Fire Nation's imperial ambitions. In the spirit of reconciliation, the Fire Nation made concerted efforts to rebuild and make amends with the other nations. This included returning stolen artifacts to the Air Nomads, aiding in the reconstruction of the Southern Water Tribe, and collaborating with the Earth Kingdom to address the challenges posed by Fire Nation colonies. These actions, grounded in a genuine desire for atonement, helped to mend the fractures between the nations and laid the foundation for a united and prosperous future. In the modern world, the Fire Nation has emerged as a beacon of progress and innovation. Its role in global politics is characterized by a commitment to peace, stability, and cooperation, fostering diplomatic relations that stand in stark contrast to its past. Adopting a policy of non-interventionism, the Fire Nation has focused on diplomatic efforts to support global harmony. It actively participates in international forums, seeking to right the wrongs of its imperialistic past through dialogue, reparations, and mutual respect. The Fire Nation's contributions to the world extend beyond politics. Its rich culture, once overshadowed by war, now flourishes and is shared openly with others. Technological advancements pioneered by Fire Nation inventors have sparked a new era of global innovation, while educational exchanges promote understanding and unity among the next generation of world leaders. Together, these efforts symbolize the Fire Nation's journey from isolation to an integral part of a connected and thriving world community. The Fire Nation's journey from a war-torn past to a peaceful present is a testament to the resilience and transformative power of its people. Once known for its imperialistic ambitions, the nation has redefined itself through efforts of reconciliation, innovation, and a commitment to global peace. The lessons learned from the Fire Nation's history are profound. They remind us that change is possible, that forgiveness can heal deep wounds, and that unity is stronger than division. The nation's path to redemption serves as a guiding light for others facing the shadows of their past. Today, the Fire Nation continues its quest for harmony and progress, not just within its own borders, but across the world. Its dedication to cultural exchange, technological advancement, and environmental stewardship paves the way for a future where all nations can thrive together in peace and prosperity. The Fire Nation's story is one of hope, a reminder that even the greatest conflicts can give way to a brighter tomorrow.